One of the most valuable things I've learned about over the last few years is the power of volunteers, and in particular peer support, i.e. patients who've had cancer, who actually volunteer their time to help other patients. What's your view about that resource and whether we're developing and using it to the maximum ability, really?
Okay, so to answer your question, no, we're not developing it and we're not using it to the maximum that we could. Peer support, in my opinion, is invaluable to cancer patients. There's an argument as to when you give support. So do you give somebody support through chemotherapy? Do you wait till after they finish their treatment till they go home? So that's a separate discussion. But actually peer support is invaluable. In my own instance, I had a stem cell transplant. I never actually spoke to anybody who'd been through that process, right? So that was life-changing for me. And nobody in the hospital said, actually, speak to Fred. You know, he's been through what you've been through. No, there just wasn't anything. And actually, nobody was really interested. Peer support doesn't cost a great deal. Of course, there is a cost. It's actually got to be organised. But the value of peer support to patients is incredible. Peer support's happening, by the way. It's happening on the internet, and the patients themselves are doing it. I think we've all realised now that if we sit and wait for the service to organise it, it's never going to happen in our lifetime anyway. And that's one thing cancer teaches you about the value of time. We don't have the time to sit and wait while someone discusses the value of peer support. We know it already.
Similarly, there might be other resources out there that are quite unique to some areas, but yeah, they should really be expanded and spread across, all hospitals or all centres. Have you come across any particular valuable resources that you could share with the viewers?
Yes, I have, and they're great friends of mine actually. It's the Grove Hotel in Bournemouth. It's an incredible hotel, and it's the only one that there is existing in the UK. So I'm actually quite shocked that more organisations don't promote it for their patients. It's specially converted hotel, so it has disabled access. It has specially converted bathrooms. It has nurses on call 24/7 to give people chemotherapy if they so require it while they're there. I've actually been to the place, I've stayed there, I've met a lot of patients who use the resource. It's not a hospice, it's actually a proper hotel. But because it's run independently, it's funded by an independent charity, it doesn't get promoted by any of the major beasts in the behemoths of the cancer charity world. And because it's not NHS approved, it's not promoted by the NHS either. So it has to do its own independent marketing, which is for me absolutely a disgrace.
It sounds amazing, and you have to wonder how many other precious resources are out there like that we don't know about.
Actually, there are very many, which, I do a lot of work on the internet, and there are very many of those people that struggle from those very issues.
Definitely.